Hello, good evening. How are we doing? Bonsoir, yes. Good evening, bonsoir, boa noite, buenas noches, dobro veche, salam alaikum. We are gathered here tonight to celebrate the induction ceremony of the FIBA Hall of Fame of the class of 2025, where we give the highest honor to the greatest in the history of international basketball. I'm Hannah O'Flynn, and I've dedicated the majority of my career to empowering women through sports, teaching athletes stories, and teaching kids that ball is life. And not only is ball life, but it can change your life and could introduce you to your best friends. It can create opportunities that you never dreamt of. It can bring you to places like the Kingdom of Bahrain. What an honor it is to be here, and what a stunning place to celebrate the class of 2025. Bahrain is a country with immense pride, warm hospitality, state-of-the-art architecture, and this is a perfect example. I mean, this theater is breathtaking. And Bahrain is an international sports hub who, in fact, will be hosting the FIBA 3x3 World Tour Finals later this year. So to tell us more about the beautiful kingdom of Bahrain, please join me in welcoming His Highness, Sheikh Isa bin Ali Al Khalifa.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, honored inductees, dear friends from the global basketball community, good evening and a warm welcome to the Kingdom of Bahrain. It is a tremendous honor for us to host the FIBA Hall of Fame ceremony at the magnificent Bahrain National Theatre, a fitting venue for an occasion that celebrates excellence, legacy, and the enduring spirit of basketball. On behalf of the Bahrain Olympic Committee, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you, our esteemed guests, delegates and friends from around the world. Tonight, we gather not only to honor extraordinary achievements in our beloved sport, but also to pay tribute to the individuals whose passion, talent, and dedication have helped shape basketball into the global force it is today. To the inductees being recognized this evening, congratulations on this truly deserved honor. Your journeys, your contributions, and your impact on the game are an inspiration to all of us, especially to the next generation of athletes and dreamers. The Hall of Fame is not merely a recognition of personal excellence, it is a celebration of the values that define sport: integrity, perseverance, teamwork, and heart. We are profoundly grateful for the unwavering support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the King of the Kingdom of Bahrain, whose vision continues to guide and inspire our national progress, including in the field of sport. We also extend our sincere appreciation to His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, for his steadfast commitment to fostering sporting excellence and elevating Bahrain's presence on the global stage. I would also like to extend our deepest gratitude to FIBA for your continued leadership, your commitment to the global basketball community, and your invaluable support and collaboration with Bahrain. Your trust in bringing such a prestigious event to our nation speaks volumes, and we are proud to be your partners in promoting the development and contribution of basketball. As we reflect on the achievements of the past, let us look ahead with renewed determination to build a future where basketball continues to unite, uplift, and inspire across borders and generations. Once again, welcome to the Kingdom of Bahrain, and thank you for joining us for this very special evening. Congratulations to the inductees, and may this night be a night to remember. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Highness. It is truly an honor to be in the beautiful kingdom of Bahrain. We really appreciate you. So when I look around at this crowd and this audience from all around the world, it reminds me that each of us are proof that basketball truly is a universal language. By the numbers, it has 3.3 billion fans and more than 600 million players worldwide. Imagine just how many people have picked up a basketball since James Naismith nailed 2 peach baskets to the gym railing in 1891, or how many kids have dreamt of playing at their local club, their national team, or maybe even hitting the game-winning shot in the FIBA World Cup. Out of the entire planet, only 192 people have made it to the FIBA Hall of Fame. And by the end of tonight, we'll have added 8 more and make it a total of 200 because of the individuals in this room. Wow, that was epic. And in order for us to learn what it really takes to have one of these in your hands and to be part of the Hall of Fame, we might as well go straight to the source and bring up some Hall of Famers. So I'd first like to bring up a FIBA World Cup medalist, a WNBA trailblazer, a 2-time Olympic medalist, who played 264 total times for her national team. That's a lot of love for your country, 264 times. Australian Opal's icon, number 7, repping the green and gold from the class of 2016, Michelle Timms. I love the suit. Ooh,
well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you.
You can join me on the, actually we can go on this side.
On this side or that side?
Actually, which side do you like?
Whatever side you want me on.
Perfect,
I'm good.
right here's good.
Yeah, okay, we're good to go.
We're good to go. Next, we're going to introduce one of the greatest shooters in basketball history, a FIBA World Cup champion, a Eurobasket champion and MVP, an NBA champion with one of the most beautiful shooting forms I ever did see. Please welcome Serbia's very own Peja Stojakovic. Peja Stojakovic. Thank you so much. I joined the crew. Hall of Famers up here. We're playing no games.
Yes.
How are you doing? So, first off, I want to talk about the playmakers that we have in this class of 2025.
Oh, wow. Yep.
You are a point guard. You really know what it takes. What is the difference between a point guard who's a good player versus a great player, and even a great player versus a Hall of Famer point guard?
How long have we got? We all know that point guards are the most important position on the court and a team. So, right?
Maybe a little biased.
Right? That's what I'm
Maybe
talking
it's
about.
a little biased.
Not at all. Without us, the big guys, Andrew Bogut, etc., they don't get the ball. So we're very important in the scheme of things, and Look, a good point guard has a good feel for the game. They see the game unfold before their eyes, before the opposition. They, they can play defense and definitely have to be able to shoot the three. And the big thing about a good point guard is that they're able to make sure that they can get the ball in the right hands of the right players at the right time.
Yes.
And then attack when it's needed to get a good player in foul trouble at the other end. So you need to know what plays to run to attack a player that's hurting you at the other end as well. But
thinking about everything.
Absolutely,
Yes.
You're an extension of the coach, and you know when you become a really good point guard, the coach entrusts you to make decisions on the fly out there. So you get to change defenses on the fly, you get to change matchups out there. So yeah, that's an indication of a good point guard, I think.
I agree. I love the extension of the coach. I think that's fantastic, and you're the floor general, right? So
yeah.
And you did a fantastic job of that throughout your time.
These ladies coming up,
they're playing. Yeah, they're
boy.
different out over there. So
I feel really excited, if I just can say, really excited to be here with both of them being inducted, because I had the opportunity to play against, have great battles against them, and then watch them from afar become heck of ball players.
I love it so much. All right, Peja, I have a question for you. It's might be personal to the class over here, but if we had a three-point shooting competition today, not when you guys were in your prime or whatever that means, today, would you beat anyone? Who would beat you in this class, or would anyone even be able to beat you?
I think, first of all, we all have to make sure that we can get to the court.
Yeah.
Before we grab the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been so long. There's so much talent here in this room, and we've competed for so many years against each other.
Yeah.
This is just a reflection on the good times and celebrating our new inductees.
That was a very professional answer. I was going to say one of our inductees was the first ever WNBA All-Star three-point winner. And I would love to see her go up against you in something in the future. So who knows, but all jokes aside, I'd really love to learn about your approach to the game. How did you set out to be one of the greatest shooters of all time? Was that a goal of yours? And was there anyone's form that you looked at in order to create your own?
I think you have to have some kind of base, a gift for a game. I was lucky I had coaches that were able to help me and show me the right techniques at an early age. But I think having a talent as a foundation to build on, and then work on the repetition.
Yeah, the reps.
And being focused. I think this is what we talked about always in basketball, being consistent with your work, and that something can translate in a ball game, and have the confidence in a ball game to make that shot.
The reps in the dark is what makes it happen. So.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I have a question for both of you. How does it feel to be part of this FIBA Hall of Fame?
Well, it's incredibly special. That's an understatement. And you stole what I was thinking about before I got up here. A reflection of how many people actually play the game.
Yes.
And how few people get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So it's quite unbelievable. I actually asked Siri. I got on the phone and said, Siri, what's the percentage? And it came out like it was 0.0000426% get to make the Hall of Fame. So you never lose, you don't lose sight. And as,
wow.
You know, tonight is about, I know that when my time came to come up here, it was about reflection and thanking everybody. But then when you get an opportunity later tonight to sit back and really absorb the fact that, you know, it is 0.00004% who get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And the thing that I really appreciated is that by being inducted, you've etched yourself a little bit of history
Absolutely.
in the game. And, you know, you might not be able to compete in three-point shootouts, but your legacy is always going to be there, and you're going to be part of history. So that's the thing that's really special for me, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Can't be taken away from you, and
No. Yep.
well deserved. Peja?
Yeah, come on, that was
Come
pretty
on.
good, right? Don't hold back.
Yeah, I think it's for all of us. It's about a journey. For me, it's been a long and humbling journey. Just remembering where I came from, the places where I played, who I represented, my teams, my teammates, countries. Because you start a game because you love it. You don't think about these awards or halls of fame. You just try to do the best you can, try to compete, and but this brings great joy, brings a lot of memories, makes you reflect on the people that have inspired you, that have helped you, and just enjoying this moment.
Yeah, the real ones, the real MVPs. I really like that. Well, to close it off, I would love if you two could give advice to this class of 2025, even if it's just advice on their speeches coming up, anything that comes to mind.
Big fella, what do you reckon?
What do they need to know?
I just want to congratulate
Yeah.
our class, 2025. You guys have earned it. You guys have inspired people across the globe. You have represented your countries, your teams, yourself. This is your moment. Enjoy it, and congratulations again.
Yeah. Okay, will do.
Feel good?
I'm good.
Well, thank you both so much. You can head back. I appreciate you both.
Thank you.
Thank you for your advice. So now that we've heard from two Hall of Famers, it is time to induct our new 2025 members. And in order to make this official, we will need the FIBA president to take his place over by the awards over here. So please help me in welcoming Sheikh Soeid Ali Atani. Sheikh Soeid Ali Atani. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and now we are ready for our first inductees. So, appreciate you so much, thank you. They'll all be coming up here to the awards. And now we are on to our first inductee. So we'll start. Australian basketball is booming right now, all pun intended. But the current success is a testament to the athletes who have paved the way. Last year, we heard from FIBA Hall of Famer Andrew Gaze. And this year, we just spoke to Michelle Timms. And this year, we're going to enshrine another legend from down under, a boomer great whose international career spanned for more than a decade. He put his name on the global basketball map when he had one of the most dominant displays in FIBA Youth National Team history. In 2003, he averaged 26 points and 17 rebounds, averaged 17 rebounds in the FIBA U19 World Cup, leading his team to a win and the gold and earning the MVP. A #1 pick in the 2005 NBA draft, an NBA champion with the Warriors, and one of the greatest defensive big men our game has ever known. Let's take a look.
How about that from Andrew Bogut? To Bogut. Bucks win.
Bogut right to the rim. Bogut turning back the hands of time.
Had a shot rejected by Andrew Bogut. Dunks it with the one hand.
Andrew Bogut carrying his team.
welcome Andrew Bogut.
Congratulations.
Your Highness, Your Excellencies, and distinguished guests. I never would have imagined I'd be standing here in front of all of you, some friends, some family, basketball world. I have no doubt anyone standing up here would tell you this is a great honour. I'm no different. Thank you, FIBA. Thank you for this opportunity. At times like this, I think we all, and myself included, circle back to our childhood, our youth. I can remember playing in the backyard mini court in rain, hail or shine. I would bounce the ball until it was dark, until my father wired up some floodlights so the darkness could not stop me being there with the ball. Much to my neighbours' detest, I would shoot the ball, dribble the ball till 9, 10 o'clock at night. I was never once in my backyard with a thought to be one day in the FIBA Hall of Fame. I wasn't in my backyard to one day play for the Australian Boomers in an Olympics or World Cup tournaments. I wasn't in that backyard to play in the NBA. That's what makes this so much more special. I truly love the game. I wanted to play, to compete, to win, to lose. I never played the game for individual awards, individual recognition. I, like many other people here, have a plethora of trophies. The structure and bling of these trophies mean absolutely nothing. It's the thought they provoke, the memory they have made, the battle, the sweat, the tears, the joy. With that, I want to thank some coaches who have helped me along the way. The first person who took a moment to show me a better shooting technique when I was just 11 years old, Joe Ramanauskas. I still remember it to this day, and it is etched into my memory forever. I went home and practiced what he showed me daily for hours on end. Thanks, Joe. Nathan Voigt, thank you. Nathan Voigt was my under-18s coach with the Sandringham Sabres, who truly let me be me, the good and the bad, another cog in my journey. Thank you, Nathan. Moving on to the Australian Institute of Sport, or the AIS, I was with Coach Marty Clark for 18 months. Although very tough at times, he taught me the art of being a professional at a very early age. He always demanded more. Thank you, Marty. Marty then joined head coach Rob Beveridge as part of the under-19 Australian Emus. Rob helped me get on the world stage with a bang. Our first ever FIBA gold medal for Australia at the under-19 level, along with an MVP award to boot. Thank you, Rob. On to college, my sophomore year, Coach Ray Giacoletti was instrumental in letting me show my game to the USA, which subsequently put me in a position to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft later that year. Thank you, Ray. My first Olympics in Athens, a coach took a chance on a 19-year-old skinny kid who hadn't played a minute of international basketball or professional basketball at the men's level. Not only that, he started him. Brian Gorgon believed in me and gave me a chance so early in my career. Thank you, Brian. Becoming a professional is no easy feat. My transition was helped so much with the help of my agent, David Bauman, who's here with us tonight. I got very lucky in having someone like David help manage my career. The phone calls, the visits throughout the season, the ups and downs, the injuries, of course. Someone I can still call a friend today. Thank you, David. Finally, I want to thank, from the coach's point of view at least, former Boomers head coach Andre Lamanis. I think he does not get the credit for what he has done with the Australian Boomers program. He was very hard done by with how it all ended due to a few bitter players at the time. For me, he had led the most enjoyable base basketball I've ever played. Thank you, Andre. Just to finish on the Boomers note, I am most proud of the Australian Boomers once again finding the magic that has had them consistently in the top 4 at major tournaments over the past decade. I am proud that I was part of that program that continues to be passed on to the next generation as it was found, or sometimes even better. Basketball in Australia is thriving, and I love it. From a non-coach perspective, I want to thank my parents, Anne and Michael. They did their best with what they had, a migrant family from Croatia who migrated to Australia in the 1970s. They had no choice but to work hard. The many early hours and late nights, the non-stop driving all over Melbourne, and as a lot of you would know, the financial strain kids' sports put on parents must be acknowledged, all whilst running a small business of their own. Thank you, Mum and Dad. I want to thank my wife, Jess. As a professional athlete, a peaceful home is very important. You provided this in spades, and this allowed me to progress to places far and wide. Oh, and we had some input in our amazing two boys, and hopefully future national team players. Thank you, Jess. And my children, Luca and Nico, did not see much of their old man playing the game of basketball, but I hope one day they can find the same joy in basketball, which at the moment is Minecraft, for those of you familiar with that game, as I once did many decades ago. And just finally, I want to finish this by letting you all know, since the 2019 World Cup, I bunkered down, did some study, and now realise the FIBA headquarters is actually in Switzerland and not Spain. But you got to give me some credit, they both start with S. Thank you.
Basketball in Australia is thriving. Thank you so much, Andrew Bogut. We really appreciate you. Congratulations. So our next inductee played basketball for Army with Coach Knight. And that created a foundation that fueled his legendary leadership on the sideline. 5 national championships, 13 Final Fours, 2 FIBA World Cups, World Cup championships later. This goes down in history as one of the most successful coaches ever. He holds the NCAA record with an astounding 1,202 wins. And he remains the only coach to lead a nation to 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals, an era famously known as the Redeem Team. He inspired greatness, built dynasties and discipline around teamwork, and mastered the strategic nuances of the game. But above all, whether he was playing for Duke or Team USA and coaching them, he fostered a profound sense of family within his team and a bond that extended far beyond the court.
Team USA are going back to glory once again with Coach K at the helm with a legendary roster.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Without question, the USA are the team to beat. An Olympic gold medal for Mike Krzyzewski.
I think it's fair to say he is a legend in college basketball, the coach at Duke University, but also with the United States.
Mike Krzyzewski, affectionately known to many of us as Coach K, could not make it tonight, but he made sure to send us a video with his thank yous and to say hello. Check it out.
It's an honor for me to be part of the 2025 Hall of Fame class for FIBA. Wow, what a class. 7 of the best players to ever play this sport in the world. And I want to congratulate the other inductees. I'm the only coach, and I know from being a coach doesn't get in there without having great players. One of the inductees is a special friend, Dawn Staley, and God bless you, Dawn. I love you and what you've done as a player and a coach. And another has become a good friend, Pau Gasol. Pau, really, there's no one that I respected more in competition than you. You are the greatest, one of the greatest sportsmen in the world, and obviously an outstanding player. I want to thank FIBA for bestowing this honor on me, but even more, I want to thank you for having the Hall of Fame, where you honor the men and women who have really advanced this global sport. And the incredible job you've done in the last 18 years since the Hall of Fame has been started, where you've honored nearly 200 players from 45 different countries, 5 different continents. Wow, keep it going. Keep it going, because our sport continues to grow. And you know what it does? It gives the young people around the world a chance to enhance their skills and take advantage of opportunities, which will help them and their communities. It's more than just winning basketball games. For me, my journey with FIBA started in 1984 as a scout for the Olympic basketball team, and we won the gold medal. Bob Knight, Coach Knight, coached that team. In 1990, I was the last college coach to coach a group of college players in the World Championships in Argentina and in Buenos Aires. And it was there where my respect for FIBA grew even more, because I had a chance to watch 2 of the great teams of all time, the team from Yugoslavia and the team from the Soviet Union. Then as an assistant for the Dream Team in '92, there was this explosion around the world for basketball, and hopefully we can keep it exploding. And then I was given the opportunity to be the national coach for our country. And in my first competition, we lost to a great team from Greece in the World Championships in Tokyo. They were terrific. What we learned from those 3 decades, what I learned and what our team learned, we put into practice and started and developed a different culture for USA basketball. And over the next 10 years, we were able to win 3 Olympic gold medals and 2 world championships. By the way, there's no greater feeling for a coach than to be there when your team has won and see them have gold medals around their necks and your national anthem is being played as your flag is being raised. No greater moment. So thank you again, and Godspeed as you continue to grow this amazing sport.
Coach K, one of the greatest and most successful basketball coaches of our time. Our next inductee was getting buckets from a very young age. At just 14 years old, she began her professional basketball career on the Cuban national team. By 15, she was already an MVP, leading her team to the Pan American Games gold, the first of 4 MVPs for her. She absolutely dominated. As the top scorer of the 1986 FIBA World Cup, she had 27 points per game. And she led Cuba to a bronze medal in 1990. As one of FIBA's greatest scorers of all time, she was not someone that you want to go up against in the paint.
And the drive, that time coming from Borrell.
Ahí canasta, Leonor Borrell.
And the turnaround jumper that goes down there for Borrell.
Join me, yes. Leonor Borrell, welcome to the FIBA Hall of Fame.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh my God. Voy a decir el speaker en español porque me voy a sentir más cómodo. Voy a decir una introducción que no es lo que está acá. Aún no me lo creo. Pero es una realidad y la estoy disfrutando mucho. Buenas noches a todos los presentes. Y a todos los que no están. Quiero agradecer mi profunda gratitud. Primero, gracias a Dios por bendecirme con vida y salud para vivir este momento. Agradezco a la FIBA Hall of Fame por este honor tan inesperado y significativo para mí. A mi familia, gracias a mis padres, mis guías y admiradores eternos. A mi hermana Laura, pilar de nuestra familia. A mis hermanos Orlando y Lázaro. Gracias por acompañarme en este día. Especialmente a él. Cuando recibí la noticia con tanto entusiasmo, no lo creía. Él se lo tomó con más entusiasmo. Gracias infinitas a todas mis compañeras de equipo, desde Santa Clara hasta la Selección Nacional de Cuba. Este reconocimiento lleva mi nombre, pero pertenece a todas. Juntas vivimos triunfos y derrotas, y este Hall of Fame es para ellas también. Agradezco a todos mis entrenadores, en especial al Gallego Pérez, por su enseñanza dentro y fuera de la cancha. Sé que donde estés se siente muy orgulloso. Tuve la oportunidad de disfrutar los últimos momentos de su vida en Miami. Gracias a cada persona que formó parte de este recorrido. Me honra ser parte de este grupo élite del baloncesto mundial. Gracias a mi hija Denise por permitirme vivir la experiencia más hermosa y desafiante de ser madre. Y hoy también abuela. Y finalmente, gracias a mí por mi dedicación, disciplina, pasión. Ha sido clave llegar hasta aquí. Gracias a todos los presentes y a todos los que me estuvieron conmigo en el recorrido. Gracias a todos.
Muchas gracias, Leonor. Estoy emocionada. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. So our next inductee was not just a player, he was the magician. A point guard with passing wizardry, boundless creativity, and ice in his veins. That led him to the first ever Afrobasket title as captain in 1981. Later, his vision led him to a second championship as the head coach. And as if his brilliance on the court and sidelines was not enough, he served in leadership roles in the Ivorian Federal Basketball Federation and the FIBA, and as well in FIBA Africa, to help shape the future of basketball in Côte d'Ivoire and also just across the entire continent. A basketball legend and a true visionary who has transformed the game around the world.
They've made history.
Dream on.
Welcome to the stage, Alphonse Bilé! Alphonse Bilé! Awesome.
Ouf. I could not read it, so I read it here. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, I will speak in French. Tout d'abord, je voudrais dire sincèrement merci à la FIBA de m'avoir accordé cette distinction, c'est-à-dire être Hall of Fame. Il y a longtemps, j'étais un bon joueur, maintenant je ne sais plus. Je voudrais donc dire ici que c'est extraordinaire vraiment d'être parmi cette fournée qu'il y a de si grandes stars que j'ai toujours admirées, Pau Gasol, Bogut, Krzyzewski, ces dames dont c'est vraiment incroyable et c'est fou. J'avoue que je suis un peu surpris. Mais donc, je voudrais dire merci à Andreas, à Ticha, à Zoran, à tous ceux qui s'occupent de cette fondation et qui m'ont accordé cette grande distinction. Je voudrais maintenant dire merci à toutes les personnes qui m'ont initié, encouragé, soutenu dans ma vie de joueur, de basketteur. Et je voudrais citer le premier, c'est un Libanais, il s'appelle Hussein Saad Joseph, qui m'a vu jouer et qui m'a intégré dans son équipe. Le second, c'était le capitaine de mon équipe, qui s'appelait Aka François, Toto. Et Kwasi Germain, mon coach, qui a eu confiance en moi et qui m'a poussé. Aussi un coach que j'ai eu, que Stojanovic a eu, Lucic Lale, un Yougoslave. Et tout cela m'a entraîné à devenir ce que je suis devenu. Et aussi ma partenaire de l'époque, Claude. Ces personnes m'ont vraiment poussé à être parmi les meilleurs joueurs de l'Afrique. Hélas, toutes ces personnes ont disparu. Elles sont mortes. J'espère que de là-haut, elles entendent ce que je suis en train de dire. Elles écoutent. Je veux dire que ça n'a pas été facile pour moi. Vraiment pas du tout facile pour jouer en équipe nationale de Côte d'Ivoire. Parce que pendant cette période, j'étais en même temps étudiant en médecine, je suis médecin, et donc j'ai eu un emploi du temps très, très difficile pour pouvoir être et intégrer parmi les meilleurs de mon équipe. Ça a été difficile. Je voudrais donc à cette occasion dire merci à tous mes coéquipiers de mon club. Mon club, aussi paradoxal, s'appelait Africa Sport. Et tous ceux de l'équipe nationale avec qui nous avons joué, et nous avons vraiment trimé, souffert pour devenir champion d'Afrique. Mais ça a été une très, très belle aventure. Hélas, dans ma carrière de joueur, j'ai réussi à être champion après 4 tentatives en finale, 3 contre le Sénégal et 1 contre l'Égypte. Et l'Égypte, évidemment, que j'ai fini par gagner en Somalie. Mais je peux vous garantir que j'ai pris ma revanche en tant que coach. Et là, parce que j'ai été coach de l'équipe nationale de Côte d'Ivoire, après, et le Sénégal ne m'a jamais, jamais battu. Non, je précise cela pour certains qui ont connu cette période qui était difficile pour l'Afrique, parce que nous avions 2 grands pays, le Sénégal et l'Égypte, qui dominaient le basketball africain. Et pour nous, pour la Côte d'Ivoire, battre le Sénégal était un vrai défi, un objectif, je dirais, aussi important qu'être champion d'Afrique. Et nous l'avons réussi. Je voudrais spécialement dire merci à ma famille, à mes enfants, tous ceux qui suivent actuellement cette cérémonie, à ma femme Annick qui est ici présente, qui a été elle aussi internationale de basket universitaire française. Et je voulais dire que ce sont mes premiers supporters qui m'ont toujours poussé. Enfin, et ça c'est la chose peut-être la plus importante que je voudrais dire, je voudrais dédier cette distinction qui m'est accordée aujourd'hui à mon pays, mais à l'Afrique tout entière, parce que je crois dans le basketball africain. Et je pense que la NBA, comme moi, croit dans le basketball africain. Merci Marc Tatoum. Et que j'espère que nous allons continuer de faire avancer ce basket africain pour avoir beaucoup plus d'inductees ici, africains, en dehors de moi. Je voudrais aussi vous remercier pour vos acclamations. Quand on m'a invité sur la scène, j'ai vu combien nous étions ensemble, j'ai vu combien ici l'Afrique me supporte, et je voudrais vraiment vous dire merci. Merci à tous, et que Dieu nous bénisse. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Alphonse, for all you've done for Côte d'Ivoire, Africa, the basketball world. Thank you so much. I don't want to tell you the number of hours that I've spent watching our next inductees' mixtapes. Her handles, her court vision, her no-look passes, the flair, the creativity, truly one of the greatest point guards and most entertaining playmakers I have ever seen. From Portugal to Old Dominion University and on to the world stage, she became a WNBA champion, a 4-time WNBA All-Star, a 7-time WNBA assist leader, and won 7 domestic titles in 7 different countries, and also claimed the EuroLeague and EuroCup titles. Her legend continues beyond the court, and she remains a large presence in the women's game as a sports agent and a constant presence and supporter.
Penicheiro, a behind the back pass.
That was unbelievable.
Wow, she just feels so confident.
Unreal.
Penicheiro
Oh my goodness. Unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ticha Penicheiro.
Congratulations.
Your Highness, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, fellow inductees, good evening. Standing here tonight, being recognized by FIBA and joining this incredible Hall of Fame class is something I could have never imagined when I first picked up a ball. Growing up in Portugal, in Figueira da Foz, Portugal, a country most known for soccer, but also wine, never in a million years I would have imagined being here today receiving this award. This game has given me more than I could ever thought possible. It has shaped me, tested me, humbled me, and lifted me beyond my wildest dreams. But I didn't walk this journey alone, and there are so many people to thank. To my family. My parents, you have been the greatest supporters from day one. You have sacrificed so much so I could chase this dream. The early mornings, the late nights, the missed family gatherings, all for a game that became my passion. Every time I step on the court, I always wanted and I always tried to honor the Penicheiro name. My brother Paulo, thank you for always letting me hang out with you and your friends, even when I didn't belong. Thank you for always being my protector and my #1 fan, and for passing your American dream to me. It totally changed my life. To my coaches, from my very first coach was my dad. The man that introduced me to the game, the man that encouraged me to play basketball and believe that I could do anything that my older brother could do. He saw potential in me when I didn't even see it in myself. He pushed me harder than I thought I could go. He held me accountable, and he taught me that talent means nothing without discipline and hard work. I carry your lessons, Dad, with me every day. I miss you dearly, but I know that you are looking down on me with pride and joy. Mom, thank you for always believing and supporting me, to allow your little girl to jump on a plane and go across the ocean to chase a crazy American dream. I guess it paid off. I had so many coaches that impacted my career. Thank you to you all. There are definitely too many to name. I'm not going to be like Andrew. I'll be here all night. Thank you for letting me play free and loose, to let me use my creativity, even if it meant doing a crazy pass that led into a turnover. To my teammates, also way too many to name, but we all know this game is about brotherhood and sisterhood, the battles we fought together, the championships we won together, and even the tough losses. We shared it all. You made me a better player, but also a better person, and this is your moment too. To those teammates that I hit in the head with a no-look pass, I guess I'll take this opportunity to apologize. I want to also recognize my first club, Ginásio Figueirense, Old Dominion University, for offering me a scholarship and making my American dream come true, the WNBA, the Portuguese Federation, represented here today, by our president, Manuel Fernandes, and also all the clubs that I've played for in Europe. Again, too many to name. To the media, thank you for telling our stories, for capturing the highs and the lows, and for making this game global. The platform you have given me and so many others has helped grow the game that we love. And for that, I'm forever grateful. And I believe that finally, women's basketball and women's sports is getting the global recognition it deserves. It's about time. It's about time. I'm just mad that I missed out on all the NIL deals. Oh well. To the fans, you are the heartbeat of the game. Whether you cheer for me or against me, you showed up, and that energy made everything worth it. You are one of the reasons basketball continues to inspire generations. Thank you for believing in me, for supporting the game, and for making this journey unforgettable. A special shout out to all the Portuguese fans who stayed up many nights watching my games live. You guys know, time difference is real because all of you have jet lag right now. So I owe you a few hours of sleep. Also, thankful for all the doctors, trainers, videos, agents, and equipment managers. This Hall of Fame induction is not just about what I've done. It's about all of you that made it possible. Basketball is bigger than one person, one team, or even one country. It's a universal language, and I'm just honored to have been part of its story. I remember growing up in Portugal playing with the boys, always thinking that I could beat them, and also always wanting to flip them off when they told me to go home and play with my dolls. They said that girls didn't belong in the playground, but you know what? I believe that I did. And I always wanted to make my family proud. I always wanted to be the best player that I could be. I didn't necessarily know what that meant. I just knew that I was willing to put in the work and give it my best. So today, I stand here in a very humble way to say thank you to everyone that has been a part of my journey, to all of those that believed in me, and also to those that didn't. A special thank you to FIBA for this incredible honor, and a special thank you to Mr. Naismith for creating this beautiful game that we all love. I am forever grateful that one day my dad gave me a basketball and encouraged me to play. So the message is very simple. Dream big, believe in your dreams, and put in the work to make those dreams a reality. It worked for me. So thank you, good night, and I also want to say much thank you for the hospitality to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Thank you so much. Good night.
Ticha Penicheiro. As someone who's played pickup basketball around the world, I really felt that, and I've also felt like I've always deserved to be there, so that meant a lot. And Ticha, we are so proud of you. I know your dad would be so proud of you. So she's a huge presence whenever I get to go to WNBA games, Unrivaled, FIBA. I always get to see her, so she's still helping grow the women's game, and love you. Next, we honor a true giant of the game. While Leonor Borrell made her Olympic debut at 17 years old in 1980, our next inductee was starting his Olympic journey as well. And it began with gold, not a bad start. This towering center was a dominant force for a Yugoslav team that rarely lost. We often talk about the trebles in FIBA basketball, and they were very, very difficult to achieve. Well, this inductee achieved a Grand Slam, winning gold at Eurobasket, the FIBA World Cup, and the Olympics. Let's have a look.
Radovanovic. Oh, what a play!
What a great ovation and extension.
Yes. So, due to health reasons, Ratko was unable to be here tonight, but he wanted to make sure to send his hellos and thank yous. So, we'll see a video now.
Poštovani košarkaški prijatelji, velika mi je čast što ste me primili u kuću slavnih FIBA klase 2025 sa ostalim velikanima. Pre svega želim da se zahvalim svim mojim trenerima koji su me trenirali, svim mojim klubovima za koje sam igrao. Također želim da se zahvalim svim mojim saigračima sa koje sam zajedno osvajao trofeje. Mojim trenerima Bogdanu Tanjeviću, Rusimiru Haliloviću, Aleksandru Nikoliću, Ranku Žeravici, Mirku Novoselu i Tonino Zorziju, kao i mojim saigračima Varajiću, Slavniću, Delibašiću, Kićanoviću, Dalipagiću, Ćosiću, Jerkovu, Vilfanu i ostalim, jer da nije bilo mojih trenera, saigrača, ja danas ne bih bio u kući slavnih. Posebno želim da se zahvalim svojim roditeljima, kao i mojoj porodici. Na kraju zahvaljujem se mojoj ćerki i unuku koji su večeras sa vama i koji će primiti nagradu u moje ime. Uživajte u ostatku večeri. Veliki pozdrav za sve prisutne, Ratko Radovanović.
Thank you so much, Ratko. And we do have Ratko's daughter, Sarah, and his grandson, Luka, with us tonight. So they will come and receive the award on his behalf. Please welcome Sarah and Luka Grigoriević. Sorry. Huh? Oh, I go back out? Okay. Thank you both so much. Thank you for your presence. We really appreciate it. So, this inductee's profound impact on the game is best illustrated by the fact that some of her own South Carolina players were more familiar with her incredible coaching than her legendary athletic career. So, in case we need a reminder, that's my job. Her basketball story began playing pickup in North Philly with her older brothers, where she developed her game as a high-scoring, flashy passing game conductor. She led the University of Virginia to 3 Final Fours. She was a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 2-time FIBA World Cup champion, 5-time WNBA All-Star. FIBA Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie described her as loyal, trustworthy, and authentic. And if I do say so myself, I think she has the swaggiest aura of any coach I've ever experienced. So let's see the proof.
Good. What a move by Dawn Staley.
2-1. Staley throws it up at the buzzer, breaks it up for him at the buzzer.
1-on-2. Trailer is Bullet. She gets the great pass, leaves it in. Good!
Dawn Staley strokes another.
Spectacular shot. That was a big-time move by Dawn Staley.
Staley takes it herself.
gentlemen, Don Staley.
Thank you, President, Your Highnesses, the Kingdom of Bahrain. Thank you, Bahrain. Thank you so much for the warm hospitality. I also want to thank the entire FIBA organization, the nominating committee, my fellow honorees, and all of my coaches, trainers, teammates, and loved ones, my family by blood, and my basketball, who poured into me throughout this amazing journey. To be recognized by your home country is special, but to be honored on a global stage like this is truly humbling beyond words. As a young girl growing up in the city of Philadelphia, my world was only about 5 blocks wide. I didn't know what existed beyond my neighborhood until college. But even those experiences were localized to the United States. It was in 1989 that everything changed. That's when I was asked to represent the United States on the junior national team, what we now call the U19. That was the first time I've ever heard of FIBA. My first international competition was later that summer in Bilbao, Spain. I had just turned 19 years old, and I was a rising sophomore in college. It was my first time out of the country and my first real introduction to the world. I remember stepping off the plane and hearing a chorus of unfamiliar languages, seeing flags I didn't recognize, and feeling the weight of the unknown. I was excited, nervous, maybe a little scared, but that fear faded fast. What I learned in Bilbao is a lesson I always carry with me. Sports speak a universal language. In that moment, I realized it didn't matter the color of my skin, the flag on my uniform, the religion I practiced, or what country I represented. We were all in the same, on the court, and our commonality was the love for the game. That simple. Sports has a way of breaking down walls. It shatters fear of the unknown and reminds us that our differences are to be celebrated, not feared. That week in Spain changed my life, and I didn't know then that it would be the first of many moments like it. Over the next 15 years, I'd compete in FIBA competitions around the world, each one challenging me, refining me, and introducing me to the world's best. These games were more than just competition. They were measuring sticks. They showed you where you stood individually and where your team stood on a global stage. It exposed your weaknesses for every country to see and showed which team was on the rise and who was setting the standard. But what I really treasured most are the friendships. Before translation apps, we used human translators, but most often, we didn't need them. We connected through the game, through gestures, through laughs, and shared experiences. We exchanged gifts, shared gear with teams with lesser resources, and built a global sisterhood. We were competitors on the court, but compassionate off it. And I had the incredible fortune of sharing many of those years with two of the greatest ever to do it, inductee Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops, my sisters in sport, in life, and in gold. We pushed each other, supported each other, and stood shoulder to shoulder every step of the way. To be inducted into the FIBA Hall of Fame is a true honor I don't take lightly. It represents not just the medals or the games, but the memories, the growth, the friendships, and the bridge built across oceans. Basketball took a girl from five blocks in Philly and gave her the world. Thank you, FIBA, for being that bridge, for breaking barriers, for connecting through this beautiful game. I am proud to be a part of the global family. Last but not least, I'd like to thank USA Basketball for its aspirations, its inspirations. I'm forever indebted to USA Basketball for giving us a platform, and I say us because there would not be any Americans that will be inducted into the FIBA Hall of Fame without the platform that USA Basketball provided. So thank you very, 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 very much.
Dawn Staley. So when I worked at ESPN, I had the honor of being able to go to the WNBA draft every year, and I'll never forget, I just so happened to be standing next to Dawn, and I got to see her face as her players walked on the stage, and it's just such a special thing to see what a player she was, what a trailblazer she was, and now all of the other women who are following, and she's leading on her path. So we appreciate you, Dawn. So our next inductee is a symbol of excellence, a master of his craft, and a beloved player who represented his nation with unwavering pride and passion. From his early days in Barcelona to his remarkable professional career, his domination in the paint, silky smooth touch, finesse, and high IQ would stay true. FIBA World Cup MVP and champion, two-time NBA champion, three-time Olympic medalist, yet his impact extends far beyond the court. He is dedicated to creating opportunities for the youth through his academy and foundation. He is elevating the women's game as a global ambassador for the FIBA Women's World Cup and shaping the future of basketball in Spain and beyond. Let's celebrate one of the greatest to ever grace the FIBA court.
Now he's going to roll, he's going to stay out, no, he's going to put it on the deck, he's going in for the dunk! And
there he goes. Oh! Unos, dos, tres.
Spain have won the gold medal. He's been carrying this team on his back.
Spain need him. Yet another record for Pau Gasol.
Pau Gasol, yet again, finds himself with a gold medal hanging around his neck. There goes the Gasol!
MVP award is announced. He's going to get it.
One of the greatest European players of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pau Gasol.
Good evening, Your Highnesses, President of FIBA, my dear friend Andreas, distinguished guests, and my fellow inductees. Congratulations to all of you. What an honor to be in the same class. And the entire basketball family. It is an immense honor to stand before you today as a member of the FIBA Hall of Fame. This recognition is a testament of the collective efforts of family, first and foremost, teammates, coaches, all the staff members from every team that I've been a part of. I want to start by recognizing and appreciating the generations of players and coaches that came before me. Thank you for paving the way. Thank you for having grown the game. So a kid like me from a little city, Sant Boi de Llobregat, had the opportunity and the privilege to reap the fruits of the seeds that you all planted. 1992 was undoubtedly a key moment in basketball history. Olympic Games in Barcelona. The impact of the Dream Team was beyond inspiring. They provided me and many other kids around the world, just like myself, with a dream, something very, very powerful, a dream to pursue. They expanded the horizon of how the game we loved could be played. Growing up, I was kind of a late bloomer. I played in my hometown school until I was 12 years old. And I joined my first club a year later, after my dad brought to my attention an ad from a newspaper. It was called one of those Operation Heights. I guess I was tall enough to enter the trial. We looked at each other and you said, you know, why not? Let's give it a shot. The coach, I guess, liked what he saw in me, and I joined CB Cornellà for the next 3 seasons. After those 3 years of many learnings and the help of my coaches and teammates, I knew I was ready for the next chapter. I received offers from the top teams in Spain, but I was just determined to play for one team, FC Barcelona. And I did. I joined the team. I was the last player on the roster, but that didn't matter. I knew that through hard work, I was eager to earn my way up. Juan Montes, coach of mine, challenged me to become a better defensive player. Aito Garcia Reneses showed me the importance of attention to detail and building good habits. There were 5 amazing seasons with FC Barcelona. And then my NBA journey began in 2001 when I was drafted by the Atlanta Hawks, traded immediately to the Memphis Grizzlies. I was the second Spanish player to ever play in the NBA after the great Fernando Martin, also Hall of Famer. I was a young kid from Spain, excited and determined to step into a whole new world. A faster, more physical game, a different culture, a new language. But what I found in Memphis was a city and a team that embraced me. They gave me the space to grow, to learn, and at some point to lead. I'll always be grateful for that foundation. Later, joining the Lakers, I had the privilege of playing for the great Phil Jackson and his great coaching staff with some amazing teammates, none more important than my brother Kobe. Our connection went far beyond basketball. He was one of a kind. He challenged me, believed in me, and fueled the team every day to become NBA champions. I'll never forget how he welcomed me to the team. We built something special. You know, we won back-to-back championships. That's not easy to do. Through trust, accountability, unwavering commitment, and a shared determination. I miss him and Gigi very, very deeply. Thank you. The NBA taught me how to evolve, how to adapt, always finding ways to add value to my teams, from Memphis to LA, Chicago, San Antonio, and Milwaukee. I experienced different systems, cities, philosophies. Every stop shaped me. And I will always cherish the relationships that I made and the impact that each of those chapters has had in my life. Now let's start talking about La Familia. Representing Spain has been one of those greatest honors of my life. Wearing the national team jersey was never just about competition. It was about identity, pride, and purpose. I remember the first time I received my actually first physical letter inviting me to join an under-17 team to play the qualifying European Championship in Slovenia. I made the team, we did qualify, and that led us to win an under-18 European Championship next year in Bulgaria and an under-19 World Cup in Portugal. They called us the Golden Boys. From my debut with the senior national team in the European Championship of Turkey 2001 to our last and final run together in Tokyo 2021, every moment has been truly extraordinary. We won 3 Eurobasket gold medals. We brought home a FIBA World Cup title and stood proudly on the Olympic podium with 2 silver medals and a bronze. But what meant the most was how we did it. La Familia is built on trust and respect and commitment and unselfishness. I'll name a few of my teammates because without them, I couldn't and I wouldn't be here today. Juan Carlos Navarro, Jose Calderon, Jorge Garbajosa, which I believe is somewhere around here. There is Jorge. Raúl López, Carlos Jiménez, Ricky Rubio, Rudy Fernandez, Sergio Yui, Sergio Rodriguez, Felipe Reyes, and my brother Mark, amongst many others. I'm sure some of those names sound familiar to all of you. They were not just teammates, they were my brothers. In Mark's case, obviously, quite literally. We fought for each other, believed in one another, and shared the responsibility of representing our country with pride and passion. Our coaches, give them a shout out, they were the conductors of our success. Javier Imbroda, Pepe Hernandez, Sergio Scariolo, amongst others. Their preparation, their trust, their understanding of our dynamics and helping us build those helped us become more than a team. They made us a force. We built something lasting. We inspired the next generation of Spanish players, and likely players from other countries around the world too. That's my hope. To believe that excellence, humility, and brotherhood are difference makers in their sport. And that legacy means a lot more to me than any individual accolade. As much as this journey has been defined by the teams that I've been a part of, it is equally shaped, and that sometimes goes unnoticed and unmentioned, by those I competed against. Great opponents make you better. They challenge your limits, push you to evolve, and motivate you to bring your best. So throughout my international career, I had the privilege of facing some of the greatest players and teams in this sport has ever seen. The matchups with Team USA, those Olympic finals were some of the most intense games that I've been a part of. Competing against some of the best, like Kobe, LeBron, D-Wade, Melo, KD, the list goes on. And the many games against France, Serbia, Lithuania, Greece, Turkey, Argentina, also Australia, and so many other great national teams. I'll never forget the competitiveness of players like Tony Parker, Dirk Nowitzki, who's also, I believe, in the crowd, Peja Stojakovic, Yao Ming, Manu Ginobili, Andrei Kirilenko. These were not just opponents. They were ambassadors of basketball in their own right. And we all elevated our sport. To all of them, thank you. To basketball fans, you have fueled me every step of the way. Your energy and passion for our game has always motivated me to want to do better. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. There's a quote by Kobe that goes, you have to work hard in the dark to be able to shine in the light. That the world often sees the medals and the trophies, the moments, the performances under the bright lights. But what truly defines and separates an athlete is what happens away from the spotlight. The commitment to strive to be the best that you can be. There's my son right there. There's my son. You see that power? It's incredible. It's inspiring. The commitment to strive to be the best that you can be. Here I want to thank two people. My former strength coach, Pepe Casal, who worked to develop my body. I was a pretty skinny dude, and he helped me put on some muscle for about 10 years of my career. And then my dear friend who's here in the audience, Joaquin Juan, who was with me in most of those dark, countless hours for almost 20 years. So just want to say thank you, Joaquin, for all the hard work, for the commitment. Teamwork makes the dream work, always. And behind every achievement in my life, behind every medal, every championship, every success, every moment, also the losses, also the hard ones, stands my family. They have been my greatest source of strength. My parents raised me with values that shaped me and shaped the person that I am. Integrity, humility, empathy, and a strong sense of responsibility. They both come from the medical field. They supported my dreams unconditionally, driving me anytime they could to practices, never missing a game, encouraging me to expand my curiosity both on and off the court, and reminding me that who you are as a person is more important than what you achieve. To my brothers, Mark and Adria, I feel so fortunate for all the things that we have shared, that we have built, that we have lived together. And I'm very proud of both of you, and I love you so very much. To my wife, Catherine, you are my rock, my love. Going through multiple moves towards the later part of my career, helping me transition after such a long basketball career is no joke. And dealing with a pretty hectic lifestyle and sacrificing so much of your own. Thank you. I love you. You're the best. To our wonderful children that are here present, and they've made themselves noticeable throughout the night. You know, being your father is the most meaningful thing and most meaningful role in my life. You remind me every day of what truly matters. Thank you. As you see, I think our families, that's all true for all of us. Our families, you know, are the engine behind everything. The sacrifices they made, the love that they've shown, the patience they have. It's impossible to measure how much of my success is truly theirs. So this honor belongs to them as much as it belongs to me. But in life, it's not about the end or the destination. What matters the most is the journey. And the journey continues. One of the greatest joy of my career has been witnessing the incredible growth of basketball around the world. Today, we see players from all different parts of the world competing at the highest levels, inspiring new generations in every corner of the globe. The game has become a universal language, and it brings people together, crosses borders. It reflects our shared values of teamwork, resilience, and passion. I'm so proud to have been a part of it, and I'm even more excited for what continues to come and what comes next. I also want to acknowledge the great progress we've seen in women's basketball. The women's game has always been filled with incredible talent, but in recent years, we've witnessed a new wave of growth and recognition for female athletes. The WNBA, FIBA competitions, and the rise of women's basketball at all levels are inspiring millions of young girls and boys to dream big and reach higher. The future of basketball must include everyone, and we must support and elevate all parts of the game. Let's continue to come together for the growth of our beloved sport. Thank you all very much. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Shukran.
Thank you so much, Pau. Thank you for all you've done for Spain, for elevating our game, for creating opportunities for our future, for being an advocate for women's basketball, and special shout out to the kiddos who've been holding it down and have been very polite until he came up to speak, which I thought was pretty funny. So this concludes our inductees for the class of 2025. 8 distinctive individuals, 8 remarkable careers, and now all of them can share that they are FIBA Hall of Famers. I can only think of one person to round up what has been such a special night. Please help me in welcoming FIBA Secretary General Andres Zaklis.
Your Highness, Sheikh Isa bin Ali Al Khalifa, Your Excellencies, FIBA Central Board members, FIBA Hall of Fame inductees, national member federations of FIBA, distinguished guests in this fantastic national theater of Bahrain, as well as online. Good evening. Thank you to the Kingdom of Bahrain for not only bringing the FIBA Hall of Fame for the first time in the Gulf, but bringing it and elevating to a different level. FIBA has established the Hall of Fame since 2007 in order to honor those who have made the game, in particular the international game, what we call FIBA basketball. You saw outside on the Walk of the Fame Hall of Famers from Ruperto Herrera to Arvidas Sabonis, from Hortensia to Pero Cameron, and from Lisa Leslie to Jean-Jacques Conceição. They were all 192, and tonight they are 200, with this very special list of 8 Hall of Fame inductees for the class of 2025. Honored also with the new brand identity of the FIBA Hall of Fame, inspired by the hardwood, the golden hardwood, where they made not only their dreams come true, the dreams of millions that they represented in FIBA competitions and inspired the next generation. Our inductees, Andrew Bogut, so much discussion today about the international players in the NBA, but more than 20 years ago, you won the Under-19. You were MVP of the Under-19. Within a few months, you were, before turning yourself 19, starting center of Australia in the Athens Olympics, and very soon after that, #1 in the drafts. And you represented the Boomers at all levels, summer after summer. Congratulations. And this unique career, of course, another unique career, that of Coach K, because there can be only one coach who coached USA basketball with college players, who sat on the bench of the Dream Team, who then led USA basketball to multiple World Cup wins and Olympic gold medals. More than a coach, for those of us who are lucky to have shaken his hand and spent more than a few minutes with him. The living history, if I may say, of USA basketball, the impersonation of what it means to represent your country internationally. Congratulations to Coach K. Leonor, it is unique to be a starting player on your national team at the age of 15. It is even perhaps more unique to be the top scorer of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, the first one after the three-point line was introduced in the FIBA regulations, and doing so by being an inside player. I'm sure your supersonic brother is proud of you, and your incredibly emotional speech tonight inspired many, many girls. I can tell you that. Congratulations. Alphonse Bilé. Alphonse, I will say it in a few words. There is basketball in Côte d'Ivoire before Alphonse Bilé, and there is basketball in Côte d'Ivoire after Alphonse Bilé. You have been doing all that, not only winning as a player, then winning as a coach, and being a fellow executive, but incredibly doing all that while studying medicine and becoming a medical doctor by profession. I think this is as rare as a career can be, not only for an African, but for a player from any continent at any level. Congratulations, Alphonse. Ticha, I think someone who has played in so many different countries, but somehow managed in every country to win the national championship. Everywhere you would go, you would win. Then you won the EuroLeague Women, and then you won the WNBA. And all that, not by scoring necessarily, but by being the best in assists. 7 times assist record in the WNBA. Of course, Portugal was too small for you, but tonight Portugal is very proud of you. Congratulations. Ratko Radovanovic, we heard earlier tonight by Hall of Famer Michel Teams that it is 0.0000426. You said, Michel? Well, this is the percentage for Hall of Famers compared to those who have played the sport of basketball. I can tell you the percentage of those who have won an Olympic gold medal, a World Cup, and a Eurobasket. You can add a couple of zeros more to understand the career of someone who, no matter how much talented, and they were so talented, the guards of Yugoslavia at that time, he would always be there among the 12. He would most frequently start on that team. He would rebound, he would score, he would do whatever is needed for Yugoslavia to win again and again a gold medal. Congratulations to a unique career to Ratko Radovanovic. Don, I don't need to say much about your impact in women's basketball. I will say one thing. When in the House of Basketball, the Patrick Baum House of Basketball, the FIBA headquarters, we need to convince a girl that everything is possible. We just need to say that the almighty USA Olympic delegation of hundreds of athletes from more than 25 sports entered the Olympic Stadium in Athens in 2004, led by you. Congratulations. Pau, nuestro querido embajador, you mentioned La Familia. You are an impersonation of what it means to sacrifice for your country, for your national team. Sacrifice family time, being there summer after summer after summer, and of course, returning home 11 of those summers with a medal around the neck is a fantastic career. But even more unique is that you receive from the FIBA president the World Cup trophy, the Naismith trophy, and the World Cup MVP with a broken foot. That is unique, and it's a symbol of your dedication to your national team. Congratulations. I can only conclude this ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, by saying that we have been blessed to witness these 8 incredible personalities perform on the court or on the sideline, on the bench, for many years, representing their countries and really being a standard of excellence. I would like, on behalf of FIBA, to thank them warmly, to say you're not only Hall of Famers, you're forever members, distinguished members of the FIBA family, and you are an inspiration for the generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Leclise. And actually, if you could stay on stage with me, and I'd love to have the FIBA president stay on stage as well. We're going to take a group photo. Thank you so much. And yes, we're about to get the whole crew up here. So hold your applause till the end. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming from Australia, Andrew Bogut. From Cuba, Leonor Borrell. From Côte d'Ivoire, Alphonse Bilé. From Portugal, Ticha Penicheiro. From the USA, Staley. From Spain, Pau Gasol. Luca, Sarah, get up here. Repping Ratko Radovanovic. Sheikh Saud Ali Atani. We have the whole crew up here taking a photo. Thank you all so much for coming. This has been such an honor. We'll make sure we get our crew, our pick together. Let's hear it for the class of 2025. All together for the first time. From all around the world, thank you all so much for being with us. Oh, we gotta get, yes, please join us. Thank you, Luca and Sarah. Representing Ratko Radovanovic. That's a good-looking class. That's a very good-looking class. Thank you all for being a part of FIBA history. Thank you all for being with us in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Thank you for allowing me to be your host and play a small part in giving all of these legends their flowers. And everyone, get home safe and have a great evening. Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you so much. You're wonderful. I'm like, my girls. I love you guys. So wonderful to see you up there. And yes. The crew. Hey. Well done. Thank you, Andrew.